Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to our next math lesson for Chapter 2, Lesson 6. Before we begin, I think you should get your math textbook and your math warm-up, which is that blue book that's stapled together, because today you're going to do the warm-up number 16. So your math textbook, you could have counters, either your connecting ones or your two-color, and your pencil and eraser. So if you need to go get those, do that now, pause, and come back. Okay, so today's lesson is going to be problem solving, a strategy, and we're going to draw a diagram. Now, a strategy is a way to figure something out. And the strategy today, as I said, is going to be about drawing a diagram. Now, let's just say right now that none of us are artists. And I mean that none of us make our living being an artist. So whatever way you draw is perfectly okay because it's a tool for your math. Okay, so you don't have to draw big, elaborate pictures. They can be just simple diagrams. Okay, so that's the one thing I don't want you to get so focused on what you're drawing that you forget what you're trying to solve. Okay, so once again, we are for our essential question for Chapter 2, how do you subtract numbers? Okay, so before we get right into our lesson, I'd like to kind of do a little bit of a warm-up here. And for this warm-up, you can see here that I have all these little ladybugs, okay? And they've landed on this piece of paper. Well, I need to figure out, okay, now this is one way to do it. We can do it having a little diagram here, and I could, just kind of remove some or X them out. I'm going to be Xing out the ladybugs that are leaving. So I have 5 of the ladybugs are going to fly away off of this piece of paper. And I want to know how many ladybugs are left. So 5 of them are flying away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of them flew away. All right. How many ladybugs are still on the paper? Well, let's count. 1 and 2. So 2 ladybugs are left. Okay, so that's one way that we can have a strategy by having something here and Xing them out. Okay, so now let's go back to in our book, all right? And as I said, our essential question, how do you subtract numbers? Okay, so here's another problem warm-up of the day. All right, so now this one, Benny rides the school bus. The school bus is 10 blocks from his house. Benny's bus has gone 5 blocks. How many more blocks to his school? Well, I don't have counters with me today, so I'm going to draw. Now, because I do want to just solve it, I'm not going to worry about doing a fancy picture. So, as I've said to you before, one of my favorite things for drawing counters is just maybe a circle, or if you want to do a square or a triangle, something a little different, okay? So today I guess I'll do a square just to be different, okay? So they said that the school bus is 10 blocks from his house. So I'm going to draw 10 squares the best I can, because as we know, I'm not good drawing when I have to use my right hand and I'm left-handed. So I'm going to try the best I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not too bad. Some of them are more looking like rectangles or parallelograms or something, but okay. So now his bus has gone 5 blocks already. Okay. So just to show that as different. It's already gone 5 blocks. So I'm going to take off 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so how many more blocks does he need to go the bus stop before he gets to Benny's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up here's my answer. 5 more blocks. Okay. Now, some of you may have known this answer. Okay. But once again, I just want to remind you, one of the other, in addition to doing subtraction, okay, one of the other things that I'm trying to work with teaching you are strategies, how to solve things. So we work with numbers we're more familiar with, and then that way, when we start getting into different numbers or numbers we're not used to working with, we already know our strategy. So all we have to do is use the strategy with the new numbers, and we'll be great. So this is a new strategy that we're practicing. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next, and there's the answer there. Okay, so now we're going to go down here, okay, and this is where you're going to get your textbook, okay, and I would like you to turn to your lesson 6, which I believe is at page 141. Yes, page 141. Okay, and as you can see, it says problem solving strategy, drawing a diagram. Okay, and right there, I love how they have those little pillows. Oh no, I'm sorry, they're erasers. Oh, I'm so bad. They're little erasers. I love those little bags of erasers, don't you? Okay, so here we have the math story. Okay, Abby has 5 erasers, and she gives Matt 2 of them. How many erasers does Abby have left? Now, here, I think we've done this one other time briefly with addition, but now here it is for a strategy for subtraction. They want us to underline what we know. So let's think about that. What do we know? We know that Abby has 5 erasers, and we also know that she gives Matt 2 of them. What do you need to find out? Circle it. Well, here they have circled the question, how many erasers does Abby have left? Okay, now we want to know how you have to plan how to solve this problem, okay? And planning is always good because it gets your mind ready for what you're going to do. So in this case, I think we're going to use pictures to solve it, okay? Now they have a cute little diagram here for us, okay, of the little erasers right here, okay? They're those little tiny ones, I think, that come in a bag. They're so cool. They're also fun to use as counters. So now she has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what she had originally. And then she gives Matt 2 of them. So in this example, they X'd out, okay? They X'd out the ones she gave away. How many erasers does she have left? That's right. You're just counting the ones with no X. Count them and tell somebody near you, or just say it out loud, how many erasers does Abby have left? Okay, good job. So all you need to do is trace that 3, okay? All right. So now number 4 is they want us to check. And does that answer seem reasonable? Well, yes, I think so, right? Because she gave some away, so she does have a smaller amount. And having 5 minus 2 equals 3, right? Okay. All right, now we're practicing. Okay, so let's listen to this one. Lila has 8 toys. She lets Rex play with 3 of the toys. How many toys does Lila have left? Okay, so now they would like us to underline what we know. Okay, so let's see, what do we know? We know that Lila has 8 toys right here. right? And we also know that she let Rex play with 3 of them. That was nice of her, wasn't it? Okay, now they want to know, we have to circle what we need to find out. How many toys does Lila have left? So we're going to circle all around that. Now your writing may look a little different than mine, but you can still circle the question, okay? So let's see, how will I solve the problem? I think today, to start, we're going to draw a diagram, okay, to help us solve this problem. All right, so let's look down at, here they did this for us, right? Because we did it earlier. Okay, so we're going to draw. All right, so she has 8 toys. Now remember, we don't have to draw fancy things. Now, if you'd like, you can draw 8 different toys, okay? So, but I would suggest make them simple, okay? Because we're not here to spend a whole bunch of time on all this stuff. So maybe if you want to draw maybe like a basketball, well, that's actually more like a baseball. Let's see, a beach ball, okay? And then if you wanted to do like different lines like this, okay? A baseball bat, because that's a toy that you could use with some of the balls, right? Okay. You could draw a jump rope, okay? Put the little handles on the end, okay? So far I have 4 toys. I have to draw 8. Maybe I'll draw, let's see, a balloon, okay, because that can be a toy. Some kids like to play with those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to draw another ball, okay. Let's see if I can make this look more like a basketball this time. Probably not. I'm not very good at that. That's as close as I'll get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need how many more? That's right, 2. Okay, I'm going to draw a little toy car. Now notice I'm not taking a long time to do this, okay? And if you wanted to, you could just draw a box, okay? And then she has a little box, because sometimes kids like to save little boxes. Oh, that's right, I got to put a top on it. Let me put a top on this box to put little trinkets and stuff in. Okay, so I'm going to double check to make sure that I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's right, I got to draw like this thing they hold on to with the bat. Okay, so she let Rex play with 3 of them. So that's what I'm going to X out. 3. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Now we have to figure out how many toys does Lila have left. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I will tell you why I put a little mark on those. So as I'm counting, I want to be sure that I don't count them again. So I put just a little smudge there. All right. If I had a pencil, I'd just put a little dot on it. And that's to make sure that I don't go back and recount it, which would give me the wrong answer. Okay. So 5. And then she had 5 toys left. Okay. All right. So now we're going to check our answer. And that was a 5. Now, once again, they always ask, okay, does that sound reasonable? I think so, okay? It doesn't, because you didn't have more and you didn't have too little. So yes, and then 8 minus 3 equals 5. Okay. Now, what you're going to do for the next, for the apply the strategy, there are some questions here where they want, and it says, draw a diagram to solve. So you have 6 math problems, okay? Now, what I will do today, okay, is read you the story, okay? And if I don't think it's a bad idea to practice, at least maybe do for the first 3 for me. The first 3, underline what you know, circle what you need to find out. The other 3, you don't have to, unless you want to keep doing it, but it's a good idea. It helps you pay careful attention to the information that they have here in the little math stories, okay? So let's do that. I'll do the first one with you as I read. And after I'm done reading it, pause it and solve it. Now, when you draw, you can draw little cherries if you want, or you just draw circles, okay? But for each one of the next 6 little math stories, you need to draw some sort of a picture, and it can just be circles. Doesn't have to be anything else. Okay. Nick has 6 cherries. He eats 3 of the cherries. How many cherries are left? Okay, so underline what we know. He has 6 cherries. He eats 3 of them. And then you should circle what you need to find out. We need to find out how many cherries are left. Okay, so pause here and solve it. And check your answer. Okay, number 2. Alberto buys 7 apples. He eats 1 apple. How many apples does he have left? Underline what you know, circle what you have to find out, solve it, pause it, and come back to check your answer. That's right, he has 6. Okay, number 3. Again, this is the last one that I want you to underline what you know and circle what you need to find out. And pause after I finish reading it to you. There are 7 oranges. Miles eats some of the oranges. There are 5 oranges left. How many oranges did Miles eat? Pause now. Hey, he ate 2. All right, so now here we do a review, the last 3 questions, okay? Now they have different strategies they're showing here. Draw a diagram, act it out. Act it out can be using counters, okay, where you can move them to act out the math story. And the other one could be write a number sentence. So for 4, 5, and 6, you will, unless it says otherwise, you can choose one of those strategies. If you want to do the same strategy for the next 3, that's fine, unless it tells you to do something specific. So let's go ahead and look. Number 4, Lena has 6 books. She gives 2 books to her sister. How many books does Lena have left? Okay, work it out. Think about how you're going to solve this. Pause and come back. Okay, you ready to check your answer? 4 books. Good job. Okay, now if you need to fix something, you should pause this now, and then you can continue when you're ready. Okay, here it is again. Choose your strategy. Jessica catches 4 frogs. 3 of the frogs hop away. How many frogs does Jessica have now? Pause and solve. Okay, she has 1 now. Okay. All right. So Marcos ate 5 crackers. Shani ate some of the crackers. Together they ate 9 crackers. How many crackers did Shani eat? Pause and solve. Okay. She ate 4 of the crackers. Okay, so boys and girls, that was our lesson today, a good way of learning a new strategy, okay? If you would like to, you can always practice the homework page for a little extra practice. It's very much just like the lesson, but using different numbers or different stories. So very good job today as always, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.